That the goal in life is not to get rich, but to be rich. Iba yun, no? Alam ko parang play of words, no? Get and be, but it's two different worlds. Kasi ang get, kuha ka lang ng kuha eh. Now, pag yung loob mo, yung be mo, yung being mo, hindi tama, puso mo hindi tama, kakainin ka ng pera.
Hello, good evening everybody, good day everybody sa lahat na nanonood. Welcome to the Passive Income Show with Carl D. I'm your property guru and I'll be your host for tonight. You know, gusto natin maging wealthy pero we're gonna hear 6 steps, 6 guides on how we can do it the right way. Yung way na approve ni God. Okay ba kayo dyan? Our next speaker is good friend of mine that is close to my heart. You know, our kids grew up together. Our kids are now 13, 14, 15, but they grew up at the same time, almost same age. And we started together in a church in Green Hills. And our guest speaker is really a mentor to me. A mentor to me as a big brother, as a friend, as a compare, and most of all, as a spiritual mentor. He is the senior pastor of Victory Makati, editor-in-chief of Act Like a Man, a best-selling author of 4 books. Without further ado, let me welcome our speaker, Pastor Dennis C.
Hi everyone! Hello Sir Carl D. My ninong, my uncle. Sabi mo, ako nagme-mentor sa'yo, pero ako yung laging tumatawag sa'yo. Carl, okay ba to? Carl, okay ba yan?
I follow your TikTok and I learn a lot there.
Ay! TikToker ka na rin, Carl.
Pastor Dennis, hi ka naman sa mga followers mo na nag-attend ngayon.
Yes, hello to everyone who's joining us, especially for those who have been following Carl D dito sa ating show, and also for the Bounce Back Network for inviting me here.
Pastor Dennis, in a nutshell, what will they learn tonight? Ano bang i-share mo?
Ayun. So I think it's very important and I'm excited to have this conversation with you, Carl, kasi we'll be talking about principles that has guided me and my family in not just creating wealth but being able to sustain and make it grow in a limited income capacity, no?
So you have 6 tips for tonight. All Bible-based principles how to be wealthy. Simulan mo na, Pastor Dennis.
Sige, I think the first principle na nakatulong talaga sa akin, Carl, and I do hope this blesses the people who are listening, is that it's different if you want to get rich. The real goal in life is not to get rich, but to be rich. Yan yung tinatawag kong get versus be. No, marami kasi nagtuturo sa atin, whether it's in social media or the books, how to get rich, how to acquire wealth, how to get the best crypto or Bitcoin or stock market, diba? That's all the getting. It's not bad. It's actually very good. I subscribe to many channels that will teach you how to get. But I think I focus more on the other side, and maybe because I'm pastoring a lot of business people and I mingle with a lot of people who are in business. So I would always remind them of what scripture tells us or what the Bible tells us. No? That the goal in life is not to get rich, but to be rich. Iba yun, no? Alam ko parang play of words, no? Get and be, but it's two different worlds. No? Kasi ang get, kuha ka lang ng kuha eh. Now, pag yung loob mo, yung be mo, yung being mo, hindi tama, puso mo hindi tama, kakainin ka ng pera.
Yeah.
Pwedeng masira ka dahil sa pera. And we've seen many of my loved ones, friends who were destroyed because of wealth, because they were not ready. So our goal is not just to get rich, but to be rich. So kahit di ka pa mayaman, no, you can actually be rich already because you're preparing yourselves when the prosperity comes or when the wealth comes. I'm ready, and I'm not going to let greed eat me up.
I think there will be incidents in our life na masisilaw tayo, no? Sa para lumaki, bigger returns, lumago, too good to be true na business, no?
Yeah, so we want you to be rich. We don't want you to get rich. No? When your being is ready, when the money comes, it's gonna enhance you, it's not gonna destroy you.
What is an action step of being and getting? Medyo hindi pa ganun ka-clear for me.
Yes, I think, which is my second point, no? My second principle that would help. The goal is not financial freedom, but rather financial peace, no?
Oh, wow.
And again, it could be almost the same words, that's interchangeable. Pero iba kasi yung goal lang natin, gusto ko maging financially free. What's financially free? Pag tinanong mo, di ba? For me kasi para siyang para siyang moving target, financial freedom. Kasi like financial freedom, financially free ako pagka siguro may 1 billion na ako. Or meron akong 100 million, or meron akong 10 million. Di ba parang sobrang niyang subjective. Financial freedom. Like, how do you define it? 3 bahay mo, financially free ka ba? Hindi, kasi yung goal ko talaga, may bahay ako sa Australia. Hindi lang 3 sa Pilipinas. Doon ako maging financially free. Right? It's so subjective. But financial peace is different. Financial peace is a result of what happens in our hearts. There's a transformation that happens. And the goal now is not freedom, but peace. That I could say deep in my heart that okay na talaga ako. Because my goal is not to get rich, but I'm already rich.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think that's a posture that we all must have, whether minimum wage earner ka or milyonaryo ka, because the posture is so important. What's in your heart? So this conversation really goes back to the heart, not to the externals. Carl, no, na mukhang mayaman, no, ganito yung kotse niya. Diba? It's not that, but it's really getting into financial peace where in my heart, kaya kong matulog dahil masaya ako. Yeah.
Pastor, paano naman yung mga nagsasabi na sinasabi mo lang yan kasi may kaya ka? Kami, hirap na hirap kami dito. I'm worried about my 7 kids. Paano ko papag-aralin? Hindi ako makapag-financial peace.
Yeah. Well, because I pastor people. And I pastor the poor, I pastor the rich. Right? And I've seen when we tell them this principle that I'm teaching now, na ang taong hindi gaano karami ang pera, when applied, it transforms the heart. No, pag tinamaan na yung loob mo kasi, the battle will always be in the heart and in the mind. No? Mindset yan eh. Depende kung anong kwentong gusto mong kwento sa buhay mo. Carl, nakarinig ka naman na ng mga Pilipino na nagsasabi, di ba? Nabuhay akong mahirap, mamamatay akong mahirap. Mahirap talaga kami. Lolo ko mahirap, lolo ko mahirap, lolo, pinsan, lahat kami mahirap, so mahirap talaga kami. That's gonna be your story. Why you believe in that story.
Okay.
Right? And there's no contentment because you can always blame somebody. Right? But then, it's us saying now, no, you can have financial peace. Financial peace is not dictated kung 6-digit ang sweldo mo or income mo per month. No, pwedeng mas maliit yan, pero bakit financially free ka? Ba't ang saya mo?
Pastor Dennis, we have a question here galing kay Art. What does the Bible say about being rich quick versus working little by little?
Una-una, it's get rich quick. It's never being rich quick. Your being never gets rich quick. No? Inaayos ni Lord yan. Inaayos ni Lord yung puso natin. Yung pagtanggal ng greed, pagtanggal ng jealousy, insecurity, matagal yan, proseso yan. Ako hanggang ngayon, sabihin ko, honestly, hindi pa tapos si Lord sa akin. No, minsan may inggit pa rin ako, o bakit si ganito, may ganyan, or you try to compare your life to others. Right? But to get rich quick versus little by little, at the end of the day, it's all about sustainability. No? Wala namang one-hit wonder talaga. Mabilis mo makuha yan. Yeah, it could easily be gone, di ba, Carl? Pag hindi tama puso mo, nakakuha ka ng 1 milyon, tumaas yung Bitcoin mo, may 1 million ka, nilabas mo, pinasok mo ulit sa isang bagay na hindi mo pinag-aralan, yung 1,000,000 mo, bukas pwedeng mawala yan. Kasi nga hindi tama yung puso mo. And that's what we want to target. We want to target your heart. We want to coach you towards finding that financial peace and getting your being ready rather than just about getting.
Pastor, how about tip number 3?
Tip number 3, again, medyo dikit-dikit din to, no? It's greed versus contentment. It's always about the money. It's always money, right? Because our system is built on greed, eh. No? Kaya pag nakikita niyo yung mga crash at saka mga financial scams, the foundation is greed. So many industries can actually be built on greed, or your business can be built on greed. But contentment is different. Contentment, there's so much power in contentment. Why? When there's contentment, there's an understanding of, alam mo, okay na tong buhay ko. Or let me just share the principle number 5, no? Yung lavish versus simple, no? Almost magpinsan kasi yan eh. Carl, in the past 2 years, I've experienced a different kind of freedom, which is called the freedom of simplicity. The freedom of simplicity tells me, hindi, okay ako. In fact, masaya ako sa napili kong road because I know God called me to do this. Blessings are here already. Of course, I cannot go to Europe next week even if I want to, because I'm not like other business people who can afford a Europe, right? But whether I'm in Europe or I'm here in Quezon City, masaya ako eh. Kompleto na ako eh. May freedom na ako dahil simple lang pala ang buhay. Freedom of simplicity tells you, di ba, that life is so simple. In fact, what you're wearing, next time, it has no value at all. Right? So, would you enjoy the simple life?
What if sabihin nila na, madali lang sabihin kasi, syempre, na-achieve mo na yan. How about if you're talking to a 20-plus-year-old, 30-plus-year-old na marami pa siyang mga pangarap? Is that greed?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think being a visionary and having vision and goals in life, it's so healthy. But it's, again, it goes back, and I'm sharing biblical principles now, Carl. It goes back to asking the Lord, Lord, ano ba yung pinapagawa mo sa akin?
Okay.
Diba? So for you, Carl, you are a businessman. You've entered the marketplace, and you've entered places I cannot enter into, yung field mo, because you're called to do that. And the Lord has given you success in that area. God called you there, and God has been using you there the same way God has been using me in this field. So, it goes back. Tinanong nyo na ba kay Lord? Di ba, Lord, ano bang papagawa mo sa akin? When friends would ask me, so, do you consider yourself rich? Oh, eto lang tanong ko, di ba? Kaibigan ko si Carl D. Hindi ba ako mayaman? Di ba? I'm not joking, Carla. I'm not saying I'm asking money from you. I'm saying there's so much relationships in my life.
Yeah.
So many people are lonely. They're sad. They feel like nobody loves them, appreciates them. My life is like times 1,000. I feel loved, accepted. I'm in a family who loves me. I'm in a happy marriage. What else can I ask for? Kumakain naman kami 3 beses ang araw. Diba? So parang okay naman talaga, diba? Parang simple ang buhay. Wag na natin pa-komplikahin ang buhay.